A Jamaican TikToker who said that she will never rent to Black Americans again because they're just too ghetto.
Black Americans stay here. I'm not saying not all Black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been nothing but problem. They're disrespectful, they're entitled, they're unappreciative, and it is that way because America has spoiled them and give them so much free shit. But they think they could come to Jamaica and get the same free shit out here and be nasty about it.
Hello guys, welcome to the channel. So in today's story, we'll look at a Jamaican woman, Airbnb host, who has declared that she no longer wants Black Americans staying at her property, calling them ghetto and entitled. Now she's back on social media, this time in tears, actually saying that her business is failing. But beyond the backlash, this story reveals a deeper issue. And this is how Black people can be xenophobic towards their kind. Alright guys, let's unpack the drama and see how these divisions is happening between the Black communities. So let's jump into the video and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about this.
A Jamaican TikToker who said that she will never rent to Black Americans again because they're just too ghetto.
People stay here, I have Jamaican people stay here, I have white people stay here, I have Spanish people stay here, and I have Black Americans stay here. I'm not saying not all Black Americans are bad, but the ones that came to my place have been nothing but problem. Only two good ones came here, all of them. Fight late at night, not with me, with each other. They're disrespectful, they're entitled, they're unappreciative. And it is that way because America has spoiled them and give them so much free shit. But they think they could come to Jamaica and get the same free shit out here and be nasty about it. I'm not saying all of you are like that, but because of that, I'm not risking my health and my happiness for people. No short-term stay. No short-term stay. It's not gonna happen here. I'd rather eat salt and banana and let goats and cows live into my houses than I have people come here and stress me. I will not hate my business because of customers. A lot of business people are miserable because of some kind of customer. Not this place. I don't want, my place is drama free. You all remember when I made that video that went viral, that I don't want no ghetto Black Americans here, and it went viral and just went crazy? I made that video out of anger. There's a lot of at the time, I have a lot of ghetto Black Americans who's coming at the time, and they tore my place up, break my windows, scream, yell, fight, and out of frustration and anger, I made that video. Do I regret the video? No, I don't regret the video. I made the video all over again if I want, if I feel like I have to. Now, after 3 years of dealing with people, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say exactly what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I have Black English come here, I have Jamaicans come here, I have Africans that live in Africa come here, and I have Black Americans come here. I have a lot of good Black Americans people here, but there's one set of Black Americans. I'm not saying Black people, because it's not Black people, it's one set of Black Americans that I keep having a problem with. And I'm making this video out of kindness and love of my heart. It really is, not out of tear you down, but it needs to be said. And I just came back from the States Sunday, and I was like, I see the same thing over there, and I'm saying, what could cause this? It has to be a problem. What could cause this here? And I've been rocking my brain, and this is the only solution. This is the only thing I think I caused the problems. See, I think at birth, and this not in England, not in Jamaica, not in a Black country, I think just in America. I think at birth, they inject the Black babies with a shot that make them slow, make them crazy. It has to be at birth. Probably has to be that lead in the water or lead in the window pane, something the inner city that made the Black people in America are the way they are. I went to Morocco one time, and there was this, you know, you have to dress a certain way over there, and there's this set of Black Americans who's wearing booty shorts and you know, and it's like, you can't come in here because it's a mosque. And like, I don't give a shit. You can't tell me what to do. It's my motherfucking money. You can't. It's like the way they were acting was very embarrassing. And all I could think of, it says, what could cause this? I have two of them came here last month for celebrate their birthday from California, and they came with $60 for 6 days. I actually $15, $1 and $20. It wasn't a full $60, and they was mad at me. They was like, it's just too much nature, it's dark here, this hot you have here, and this. They was yelling at me because they didn't have no money, and they want to do everything. They want to go to party, want to do a photo shoot, they want to do clubbing with less than $60. And I have English that have come here with no money, and they enjoy the property, walk, they go to the river, and no problem. So, and I think after a while, when they inject these babies at birth, I think when they get older, they get really agitated and angry. They label them and say they have ADHD. And I think with ADHD, give them more pills, and I think they grow up to be these kinds of adult. So I think mothers, the reason I'm making this video, I think mothers, when you have your babies at birth, I think when these nurses come in that tray of shots to give you babies, I think you should back up. Like, I have 2 babies that's born in America, and I remember when, as soon as they drop out of my home, there was nurse there with a tray of shots. I'm like, back up with all them shots. I said, each one of these shots, you write on a piece of paper, give it to me, I go home, and I read up on each of these shots, and then I'll come back and I'll tell her which one to give my baby. I don't care about the law. I want to say which one of these shots my baby could get. And when I go and research some of these shots have antifreeze in them. So when some of the chemicals, we look at the shots what they contain of, some of them are antifreeze. So when you give a baby antifreeze as an early child of birth, then you have birth defect. It might not come as handicap, but you have handicap in the brain, because I don't know what other explanation there is. I mean, but the last video I made that went viral, it said it was because of the free stuff America gave them. I don't know what it is, why they are the way they are. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and said, but if you want to get upset, it is. And I said I've met a lot of, as I speak right now, I have some Black Americans here. I've met a lot of good Black Americans, and some of them have owned the cabins here. I'm just saying the ones that are so bad that they need fixing, they need to be adjusted, because they make it so bad for the other people. And it's like everywhere you go, people are like, I don't want to deal with Black Americans, I don't want to be Black Americans. But there's a lot of good Black Americans, but man, the ones that are bad, it made it so bad. And I think it's really in the shots. I mean, let me know what you guys think about it, and you don't get upset. It is what it is.
Has now come online talking about how her Airbnb business is suffering out there in Jamaica.
The point, honestly, what is like coming back to Jamaica to live 3 years now, been in the States for 21 years, come back to live here. It's very, very difficult. 3 weeks ago, I said I move and go to a different country to live, a different island. It's very standstill in Jamaica. Nothing has been growing. There's no money in the bank. The lines are long. Everything's based on tourism. So after 5 months is on tourists, everybody struggles. The GHETTO drivers are struggling because everything's based on tourism. And I found something out a month ago that the people that plant herbs and hustle it to sell it, that the American government, Jamaica, going to allow the Americans to bring it in here legally, but we can't bring ours there, but they could bring it. So that closed a whole other market. All the hustlers, they used to use, plant their good herbs to sell, they can't sell anything no more because it's been brought in. So everything has been killed out in Jamaica. A lot of the small Airbnbs like mine and guest houses are being for sale because they cannot keep afloat. Because there's no guests here for like 8 months of the year. Everything is based, only big luxury hotels are making it. It's killing out the small man. It's just really, really bad. And something has to be done. I am not gonna give up, because there's a lot of talent in Jamaica. A lot of our young people are talented. I must do my shows. I'm gonna produce my own shows, my own movies. I'm gonna showcase my people's skill. There's a lot of huge houses in Jamaica that build up millions of dollars, and people left and they just went back to America or England or wherever, because there's nothing to keep them here. They come home with the hopes of staying here and just run off and just gone, because I understand why they leave. The infrastructure is not growing, nothing is moving. And so when you come home with the intention of retire, and you can't, if you have $10, you keep dipping in every day, and you're not making anything back to put in there, you're gonna eventually broke and go back to poverty. So I understand why so much of them leave, but we can't just keep running away. We have to stand still, stand together strong, and try to bring some kind of infrastructure for our country to grow. For our people, it's gonna take over by all these big hotels. Every day Jamaica government embrace one of these big hotels. Look, there's not a big hotel. Look, there's not a big hotel. Look, there's not a big hotel. And all these big hotels hotels and they pay the people hundreds of dollars a week to work for them. So the people are still being poor, and they take all the money in this big hotel and put it in these other countries. They don't invest it back in Jamaica. So we are going down, and there's no way around. And I wish I didn't know this. I probably go to a whole other island and come in here, but I'm here and I spend millions of dollars here, and I'm not walking away from not giving up. But we need to stick together and try to see if we could make our country stronger.
Now, we first heard about this content creator because a white TikToker actually came online and talked about how horrible of a host she was, detailing how the owner actually canceled her Airbnb because she said she was too difficult and asking too many questions.
She go blow up Rustic Mountain Living. She has not refunded me, and I don't think she was ever planning on refunding me. So go blow up her page. She canceled my trip. I was gonna stay at her place for my trip to Jamaica. If you're new here and you don't know what's going on, basically she told me that I was annoying her with questions, and that she thought I was gonna be drama and stress because I was asking her too many questions and whatever. And then she was mad that I wouldn't pay $3,000 for her driver to drive me around.
Now, in addition to her coming online and talking about the host, she also posted a text exchange between her and the same owner where there's some very interesting things that she had to talk about American black people.
Miss Barefoot Island Lady, I saw about 3 videos from you. Please stop make video. You're disgusting. You're uneducated and you're uncouth. And you're untruth. You're unprepared for Jamaica. Right? Jamaica is not for the faint, but Jamaica is not for the foolish also. You're unprepared to come back to Jamaica. The problems that you say you have in Jamaica are somebody who's totally unprepared. And stop tell lie. You are the more harm than good. You are dragged down the name of Jamaica. I know several Airbnb owners because I am one. Right? And I live in Europe. And my Airbnb is in Jamaica. I'm my wife. Lie you tell. Airbnb are boom. There's housing schemes where more than 60% of the houses there are Airbnbs. Housing schemes. So you so bad luck, kid. You spend too much time on social media, but you don't spend enough time to take care of your business. You're confused. You are say the bank them empty and not have money, but the people them in a long line. What the people in a long line are do? Are we wasting time? Don't do that. Because the Bank of Jamaica has reported that Jamaicans between January, right, to August has deposited or saved more money in the history of Jamaica, right? 750 million have been saved by people. More people have saved their money. That means that more people have disposable income. So when you say the bank them empty, that's not true. We don't look at remittance has risen. The amount of businesses that are registered in Jamaica has risen. Stop it. You need to come off of social media. That's what if you do. Stop all them something we attack. It's not true. You hear that about say, oh, black people make the economy run, and black people who buy Nike, who buy Falls, who buy this, who buy that. You know why black people don't have money? Worldwide. Nike is not owned by black people. There's black owned shoes brand. Black people don't buy it. Mercedes is not owned by it. Porsche is not owned by black people. The Falls here, then Falls Island is not owned by black people. I just say, oh, Jamaicans frightened with Chinese and frightened with Indian and frightened with white people. That's not true. We're hospitable, we're accommodating. But more black people have businesses in Jamaica, and the people them support these businesses. More black people have hardwares and supermarkets in Jamaica than China people. right? Come off of the internet. Right? You talk some things that about girl of them body out a door and this and that. You come from North America. You live in North America. You not have no moral principle for talk about Jamaica. You not have no moral principle for discuss nothing about Jamaican government because you come from a country where freedom government is not doing anything for the people in there. A rich America rich, why see some people and make it. 40 million people live out a door in America. Listen, you see the work we're going on in Jamaica, you have to prepare for it, and you're not prepared for it. Leave the internet, and you know what, I better pack up yourself and go on back to your yard. Go on back to America. Go on back to America. Because some of the things where you talk, it's easy for debunk. You talk about the weed thing and everything. That's not true. That's not true. You want to help the people in the community. You don't have nothing to help nobody. But you want to help the community. I don't have no ideas. The people that tell us they don't want to help from you. Yeah? Bring somebody and put them on the internet and say, then got them bed last night and they never have the dinner. One. Stop it, man. Come off of the internet.
She says that black Americans are ghetto. Actually, I don't understand. How do you distinguish someone to be ghetto? Because that is xenophobia between the black community. Actually, she doesn't seem to appreciate the fact that these black Americans that she's calling ghetto are coming to Jamaica and they are promoting her business, because you are depending on them. There you saw in the end she was crying that her business is going down because nobody is actually renting her Airbnb anymore. And these people whom she is calling ghetto were the ones coming to her Airbnb and also, promoting her Airbnb. Now, she didn't provide any proof of the black Americans that she said are destroying her property, because I think she should have come to the internet with a lot more receipts to show that indeed what she's saying is true, that black Americans were destroying her property. And if that was true, then actually you cannot label a whole group of people, a whole community of people, black Americans, to be dangerous and call them ghetto. How do you even distinguish that? By seeing a person and then you call them ghetto. Guys, as you heard, she went on to say allegedly black Americans are brain handicapped, because she's saying that in the US when babies are born, especially black babies, they're given these shots in the hospitals that are meant to make them dangerous and violent, and that's why black Americans act in that kind of matter. I don't know how true is that, and it is not actually acceptable also allegedly to try and instigate something that might not even be true, because if that was true, I believe that she should have come up with some receipts to that. And I think black Americans are very intelligent. They could have actually known by now if something was being done against their new babies, against their children at the hospitals when they are born, guys. And this is unacceptable to label a whole community of black Americans as dangerous, especially just because a couple of black Americans came to your Airbnb and then they allegedly destroyed it, and then you label the whole community to be dangerous and then call them brain handicapped. They might not be handicapped, in physically, she said, but they are brain handicapped. That is xenophobia for me. That is xenophobia, self-denial. And I'm thankful, guys, because at the end of my videos that I compiled for you, you saw the black Jamaican man that is living in the UK and has a lot of Airbnbs in Jamaica, calling her out actually and telling her stop making videos because she doesn't even represent the whole Jamaican community. She's even ruining actually the Jamaican name, especially by doing these kinds of videos online, what she's posting actually. And he's actually telling the woman to go back where she came from if she doesn't like Jamaica that much. I think it is true. If you don't like Jamaica that much and you think the US is better, or where you grew up is better, or you did a mistake going back to your roots, your motherland, Jamaica, and investing in the country, then you better go home actually, because this man has said he has hundreds of Airbnbs and they are doing good. The economy is booming and the business is booming. She is actually losing because of her character. She has a bad character. Guys, we saw the white woman who had actually rented the Airbnb that she has in Jamaica, and how rude she was, how rude she was calling and talking to the customer. The rule of business, clients are always right, especially clients who are trying to get information. They have a right to get information about a country that they want to visit. If it's the first time, if not the first time, then maybe it's the first time in that location. They have never been in the woods, in a cabin by themselves. So you as the business owner should be actually give them courtesy of giving them information, and the woman was very rude to the white lady who was trying to get information from her and calling her she was too risky, and then she ended up canceling her Airbnb request and she did not refund the money. So guys, this woman, I want to say, does not represent the whole of the Jamaican community. For I know Jamaican people are very welcoming, they are very accommodating, and there's some of the black people on this planet who are actually very honored of their roots in Africa. And they are very, very good people. This woman does not represent all the Jamaican community. And on the other hand, if this lady indeed it's true, allegedly she had a bad encounter with black Americans at her Airbnb business, I also say, and I know that those people don't represent the whole of the black American community, because they're good people, they're very hardworking, they fought for rights of black people for years. So you cannot label a whole community as ghetto or brain handicapped. So guys, what do you think about today's episode? What do you think about the video? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to like the video, don't forget to subscribe. As always guys, see you on the next episode.